mom? What was your thing that mom made that was like that was it?
Oh, she's she's known for her. We have this dish in the Philippines. It's called well, in her region, it's very popular. It's called molo soup.
Okay.
It's kind of like dumplings, but you really have dumplings in there, like pork and with pork and meat and stuff like that. And then we shredded chicken, and then it's a soup, and it's very 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 tasty. And that's what she's very known for.
She's
But
known for that one.
yes,
So when people come over, they want her to bust out that to make that.
yes, yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you know how to make that?
I
Not make,
do,
not
but
like mom.
not like
Not
mom's.
like mom.
Yes. Not like
Okay. So when did you know you were pretty good around the kitchen?
mom. I think when I was in high school, like in home ec,
You knew you were good.
yeah, I'm like, okay, they would say like, oh, Deb, you made this. It's really good. Like, yeah, I did that. Like, oh, I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Let
So
me just.
that's everything you're good at. When did you go off to the dessert thing? Like, how did that happen?
I've always been a sweet tooth, so I've always had that sweet tooth, and I always like go for it. So if in a buffet, I'd always look for like where's the dessert station? Oh, right there. Okay, and I like look at the desserts and like what do they have, and I like the colors, and I also like the different flavors. And if it's just sweet, everything sweet and no flavors, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'll go back to whatever whichever place in the buffet station or whatnot.
Okay. So when you come to America, what do you think of the America sweet game? What is it good? Is
Oh,
it strong?
it's sweet. It's, I was talking to him. I was like, babe, like this is just very sweet.
Straight up sugar.
Yeah, straight up sugar.
Just
And then,
pouring sugar in your mouth.
and then you look at the label. Well, I've been
You, oh,
used to like
you
always,
are okay.
yeah,
You're in a
always like
label
looking at the
lookers.
label. So like sugar, that's the very first thing that you always see. And like a bunch of stuff, and then a little bit of that like flavor or whatnot that they're actually hyping on in the front of the label. So that's
That's it.
like, yeah.
When I came down here, when they don't joke when they say sweet tea, they don't. I mean, yo, why don't you just open your mouth and pour sugar in it? Because they do not joke. And I've been accused of
from McDonald's. Huh?
yeah. I'm accused. I like I like tea with some stuff and some sugar, but it's just over the top.
But it's funny though because I like the sweet teas here because it's freshly brewed tea with sugar. Back home, our iced tea is like iced tea, sugar, and then flavor of tea.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so I'm here like I love the sweet tea here. So when they would first order like I'd like to have iced tea, and then they're like sweet or unsweet, like oh there's an option. It can have that option, sweet or unsweet. And then I got the tea. It's like this is actually freshly brewed tea, and it's not like just sugar with a little bit of tea flavor in there.
So when you're here and you start making your desserts
Mhm.
and you gave them to people, what happened when people tried them and you saw that look on their face?
Well, that's I think the very satisfying part when you're cooking, when you're a chef or when you cook, is like when you see the plate your guest's plate empty,
You
like
know what time it
it's
was.
like yeah. Then also, um, the desserts like their reaction when they take in the dessert and like telling you like oh this is not too sweet or like they could have more because they know that you made it good or you made it well for them.
One of the things here is that, so as a nutritionist, you are always looking at the labels, I would guess.
Yes.
And you know what you're looking at. The average person doesn't look at the labels because it scares us. Because we don't know what all them big words are and big words, and they got a whole bunch of hyphens and all of those things right there.
Numbers.
Exactly. We don't know what that thing is. Give our listeners an idea of some things that they should look for as a nutritionist and, the kind of things you should stay away from.
So it's like we stay away from anything that is high sugar, high in fat, high sugar, anything that's high in.
When you see the word high, that's
yes.
not good.
No, that's not good. And I'd always go for the ingredient list. Especially for me, I'm a baker, I'm a chef. So I would like look at what do they have in the ingredient list. The first thing that you see, the first food item or whatever item you see there that means the food has the most of it.
Oh, really?
And then the last thing that you would see at the end of the list is has the least amount of.
So when you saw the thing you liked and it was at the
At
end,
the end, I'm like, okay, let's put this back.